Hello folks. Last week my video was about Frozen Head State Park and the campground and some hiking I did. But Frozen Head Recreation Area is 24,000 acres of mountainous land, and it was purchased by the state because it had incredible potential for coal reserves, and it was an ideal place to put a prison to mine that coal. And one of the great attractions that you can go and visit, the Brushy Mountain Prison, has been closed back in 2007, and it has recently reopened as a historical landmark that can be toured. There is over 120 years of history in this prison, and it has some incredible stories. It was notoriously known as the end of the line for most prisoners. It was built in the shape of a cross so that the prisoners would have some Jesus on their minds. And it has been updated and changed. This is a brand new high security wing there that was built in the 70s, but it closed in 2007, and it is now a great historical place to visit. The hills around it have 9 different coal mines that the prisoners were mining, and it brought Tennessee out of the bankruptcy of the Civil War and made the prison one of the most hated places in the entire penitentiary system. The way the prison was built in this valley at the bottom of all these mountains kept it from having people get away. Lots of people escaped, but most of them had to come back because they couldn't get out of the valley. This picture here with these 2 green fields just in the center and moving to the left were the cemeteries of the prison, and it was said that there were over 500 people buried there with no identification. So let's go into the prison and see what it's like and get a quick tour. I encourage you to come to the prison on your own. I don't like to give the entire tour in one video. I was here for about 4 hours, so you don't want to see that video. Right underneath us here as we fly over is the new restaurant and moonshine making distillery. This little building here is a fireworks sale place, which is kind of interesting because quite a few people were in the prison because of use of explosives. There are also a lot of artifacts, such as this van that transferred prisoners from court to the penitentiary or to the farm that they had. And as I said, it's considered the end of the line in this prison. There are tons of historic photos of the men working in the mines and how they got to the mines, and the prison was built by prisoners. So let's listen to some of the prisoners that were actually at the prison. The tour includes prisoners that used to be at the prison.
You can't post that one online. You get
It was
flagged.
probably,
Yeah. Flag is a problem. I guess they both checks. Both.
What's that one later? Everybody back.
They do that after. It's simple.
I know, that's
The main cell blocks were 4 stories tall, and the upper stories had this fencing over them because people used to try to jump out the windows and it didn't work. The all the cells locked at once with this overhead bar that they could just pull a lever and everybody was locked in. And then they had to turn the key on all the cells so that they were all locked in while they locked them with the key. So it was pretty good that all the doors closed at once. Must have been a frightening sound. Pause the video if you want to read this, but there were tons and tons of kiosks around talking about things that happened at Brushy Mountain. It was pretty cool. It's really well set up. They've been working on it for years, I guess. Outside the prison, this is one of the yards where they had exercise equipment. This is a basketball court we're standing on. And they had a huge gymnasium that was just one big open room. I don't know what they had inside there, probably some equipment. But on the other side of this quad was the laundry room, which used to be a shower for the black prisoners. And they didn't give them any towels, so somebody said they had to give them towels, and so they had to make it into a laundry room. This is the main hole, the original hole when the prison was built. And you can look at this and read some of this. They threw prisoners in here and left them for 3 to 4 months, and they say after 2 weeks the prisoners were blind because they had no light. There was no light at all in here. And so they had to have a helper lead them around while their sight came back.
A kind of bond that frankly you wouldn't understand. So when you did something that got you dumped in the hole, you better believe you've done something that was worth sending you to a special kind of hell. You think you can't be broke? Well, you better think again, friend. Once you're here, it starts to creep in on you. It's just you and the pitch black darkness. It's the loneliest place in the world. Time seems to freeze. Hours turn into days, into weeks, into months. Some guys have sat here talking to themselves till they went blind. Nothing but a damn bucket to do your business in to keep you company. You do that and see if it don't break you. It damn sure broke me. I'd like to tell you folks that I hope you enjoy your tour to Brushy Mountain Prison. But I'm dead.
And this is the high security annex up on the hill mentioned in the D block kiosk. It's not open for tours yet. It's the roof fell in on it sometime in the last 10 years, so it's off limits for the period, but that's the high security annex that took over for the D block section.
Cigarette. That's pretty cool.
What is it? Can I see it?
Huh?
Can I see it?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Somebody's a good artist.
So I was going to say, you had to trust some people.
That was, well, I give tours now.
Yeah.
I never dreamed I'd be up here one day, but this is my life now.
Yeah.
I do this.
Well, clearly they reformed you.
Yeah. See the different kind of shanks we had?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We had the best windstone there was, just concrete. And that time you hear me here. So back during the coal mine days, Brushy Mountain was segregated. The whites took showers there, the blacks took showers over here. And there where you watched the movie at, that was our church back in the day. You get to go to church in here on Sunday, met some of those guys. We had men and women come talk to it and talk to us like a human being.
Yeah.
When you're in here, you know but a number. When you get that number put on you, like a social security number, you never want to forget it. Back in '84 when I come in here, my number is 102042.
Thank you.
What did you do to get put in here?
Y'all from Tennessee?
No.
I'm from Cumberland County, across Tennessee, about 50 miles away from here. Back in '83, Lake Tansy, Hiawatha Country Club, I blew it up with dynamite.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was me. I was
Well,
young.
you were young.
Yeah, 24. I was 24.
Yeah, young and dumb. That's what we do.
See, back in the day, I made $4.35 an hour. My wife at that time, her job was to come down here, takes money.
Yeah.
I'm brought up not to ask for nothing. I know how you dynamite, 'cause my grandpa dynamite stuff out from Newtown. At age 10, I played with blaster caps. I went in the country club on a Sunday night when it was closed. I worked like a gas explosion. I went in there, bust open the safe by the safe, cigarette machine, coke machine, the whole 9 yards. I wired the kitchen up like a gas explosion. I used 16 sticks, 2-inch dynamite. I took 2 gallons of gas. Gas was 38 cents a gallon back in the day, Fort Hunter. The blast was so powerful, we moved several hundred yards out this way, thank God, you know why? This is 50 yards from my left, but kind of men with people in it. I'd have been on death row.
Oh, my.
My charge is a felony for using dynamite. The state of Tennessee thought it'd be a lot easier on my family, so I sent me to a federal prison like Atlanta, Georgia, or somewhere like that, to send me here with my family to come visit me. Guess who brought me in here in January of '84? My dad. My dad was a lieutenant of the city police department, a constable in the 5th district. I said, "Pop, I don't want you taking me." He said, "Boy, I don't want you riding the back of the squad car." Back then, they had a couple of shafts. I don't want you going like that. We come through them Southport gates on the other side. Got up to the word to my dad, said, "Is this some kind of joke? George White Sr., George White Jr.?" My dad said, "No, this is no joke." I got up to my dad and said, "How can you do this?" My dad said, "It's not easy." I said, "My dad's had it for the last time for a while." I went home, I had a 10-year sentence, I got out 2.5 for good behavior. I went home, on the back of my dad's Harley. I was a free man.
There are a lot of stories about this prison, and there's a couple of really good YouTube videos done by the local news, the WBIR station. Did it about all the people and all the history of the place. But right now it's a distillery that makes moonshine and sells fireworks. And there's cemeteries around it that have all these unmarked stones, and I don't know if those are from prisoners or what those are, but I took a picture for you. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. More's coming up. We got one more video of Frozen Head, and then we move on to a few other topics. So don't miss the new stuff or the old. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.